In January 1943, a man died alone in a hotel room in New York City. No family, no friends, no money. He owed the hotel 2 years of unpaid rent. His belongings, notebooks, blueprints, letters, were seized by the United States government within hours of his death. Some of those documents were classified. Some of them have never been released. The man's name was Nikola Tesla, and if you've heard of him at all, you probably know him as the inventor of alternating current, the electrical system that powers virtually every building on Earth. But that's not why his papers were seized. The FBI wasn't interested in AC electricity. They were interested in something else, something Tesla had been working on for the last decade of his life, something he claimed could change everything about the way human civilization uses energy, and something that, after his death, simply disappeared. Before we talk about what was suppressed, let's talk about who Tesla actually was. Because the popular image, the eccentric genius, the mad scientist, obscures something important. Nikola Tesla was not a dreamer. He was a builder. Born in Serbia in 1856, Tesla emigrated to America in 1884 with 4 cents in his pocket and a letter of introduction to Thomas Edison. Edison hired him. Tesla redesigned Edison's DC motor systems, saving the company enormous amounts of money. Edison promised him $50,000 if he succeeded. When Tesla did succeed, Edison told him he had been joking. Tesla quit. What followed was the War of Currents, one of the most consequential technological battles in American history. Tesla, backed by George Westinghouse, championed alternating current, AC. Edison championed direct current, DC. AC won. The electrical system Tesla designed still powers your lights, your phone charger, everything plugged into a wall anywhere in the world. That alone should have made Tesla one of the wealthiest men in history. Instead, he died with nothing, because Tesla wasn't interested in money. He was interested in something else entirely. In 1901, Tesla began construction on the most ambitious project of his life. On Long Island, New York, he built a tower, 187 feet tall, with a massive copper dome at the top and a system of tunnels and shafts reaching 120 feet underground. He called it Wardenclyffe Tower, and his plan for it was extraordinary. Tesla believed he could use the Earth itself, its electromagnetic properties, its relationship with the ionosphere, as a conductor. His goal was to transmit electrical energy wirelessly across the globe. Not just signals, not just radio waves. Power, usable electrical power, transmitted through the Earth and atmosphere, available anywhere on the planet without wires, without cables, without meters. Free, available to everyone. His financial backer was J.P. Morgan, one of the most powerful men in America, a man who controlled vast financial interests in the existing energy infrastructure. When Morgan realized what Tesla was actually building, when he understood that the technology would make it impossible to charge people for electricity, he pulled the funding, not gradually, immediately. And when Tesla tried to find other investors, Morgan used his influence to ensure no one else would back the project. Wardenclyffe Tower was never completed. In 1917, it was demolished. The copper was sold for scrap. Tesla never recovered. After Wardenclyffe, Tesla spent his final decades in increasing poverty and isolation. He lived in a series of New York hotels, running up debts he could never pay. But he never stopped working. In his final years, Tesla claimed to have developed several revolutionary technologies. A particle beam weapon, which he called Teleforce, capable of destroying aircraft from hundreds of miles away. A method of mechanical resonance so precise that he claimed a small device could vibrate a building to the point of collapse. He once demonstrated a version of this, a small oscillator attached to the steel frame of his laboratory building. Witnesses reported that the vibrations spread through the surrounding blocks, shaking buildings, breaking pipes, sending residents into the street in panic. Tesla destroyed the device before police arrived. And then there were his final papers, documents describing technologies he had been developing for the last decade of his life. When Tesla died in January 1943, the FBI arrived at his hotel room within hours. They seized everything. A government physicist named John Trump, uncle of the future president, was brought in to evaluate the papers. His official report concluded that Tesla's later work contained nothing of significant value. But here's what we know. Some of those documents were classified. They remained classified for decades. And when portions were eventually released, pages were missing. What was on those pages? Nobody knows. Let me be honest with you here. The story of Tesla's suppressed inventions exists on a spectrum. At one end, there are documented historical facts. Tesla's funding was cut. Wardenclyffe was demolished. His papers were seized. Some documents were classified. These things are not disputed. At the other end, there are theories that have no evidence behind them. That Tesla built a working free energy device, that the government is hiding it, that we could all have free electricity if powerful interests hadn't stopped it. These claims are not supported by physics. The laws of thermodynamics are not a conspiracy. Energy cannot be created from nothing. Tesla himself never claimed he had done this. That particular myth was invented after his death. What is true is this: Tesla was genuinely ahead of his time. His work on wireless power transmission is the foundation of every wireless charger, every Wi-Fi router, every Bluetooth device you use today. His research into resonant frequencies influenced modern engineering. His electrical system still powers the world. The tragedy of Tesla is not that his work was suppressed. The tragedy is that a man who gave the world its electrical infrastructure died alone, in debt, while others profited from his genius. That part isn't a conspiracy theory. That part is just history. Here's the question that stays with me. Not whether Tesla had free energy, he didn't. Not whether the government is hiding revolutionary technology, probably not. The question is simpler than that, and more uncomfortable. We live in a world shaped by decisions made by people with financial interests. The electrical grid we use today was not designed for maximum efficiency or maximum benefit to humanity. It was designed to be profitable. Tesla understood this. He spent his life trying to design around it. And the people who profited from the existing system used every tool available to them: financial pressure, public ridicule, the withdrawal of funding, to ensure that Tesla's vision of universally accessible energy never reached the public. Did they suppress a working technology? No. Did they suppress a working scientist? Yes. And that matters, because the pattern Tesla represents, the brilliant individual whose work threatens powerful financial interests, who is systematically marginalized until their ideas disappear. That pattern didn't end with Tesla. It continues today in energy research, in medicine, in technology. The question isn't whether Tesla had the answers. The question is how many others like him we have never heard of, because their work never got the funding it needed. Tesla powered the world. The world let him die alone. What was on those missing pages? Drop your theory below, like, subscribe, and stay curious. The Lithic code. The next code is already waiting.